If you're shopping for a new car this year, there are a few vehicles you need to know about before you sign anything. Consumer Reports just released their 2026 reliability data based on surveys from hundreds of thousands of real owners, and some very popular, very expensive vehicles came back with absolutely brutal scores. We're talking transmission failures under 10,000 miles, engines that can catch fire while parked, and one truck that scored dead last in its entire category. Let's go through them one by one. Every year, Consumer Reports surveys hundreds of thousands of vehicle owners across more than 20 different trouble areas, things like engines, transmissions, electrical systems, brakes, and for EVs and hybrids, batteries, and charging. For 2026, a handful of vehicles stood out for all the wrong reasons: the Lincoln Corsair, PHEV, Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, GMC Acadia, Jeep Grand Cherokee, PHEV, Ram 1500, and Rivian R1T all landed among the least reliable vehicles in this year's survey. Let's break down what's actually going wrong with each one, starting with the worst of the worst. First up, the GMC Acadia. This is a 3-row family SUV, and on paper, it looks great. It got a major redesign in 2024 with a more spacious interior and a new turbocharged engine. But here's the problem. Consumer Reports rated the 2026 Acadia dead last in reliability with a score of just 14 out of 100. To put that in perspective, that's not below average. That's the worst score in the entire survey of over 380,000 vehicles. So what's actually breaking? Owners are reporting complete transmission failures on vehicles with under 10,000 miles, along with fluid leaks appearing without warning and clutch components failing out of spec under 10,000 miles. That's barely broken in. And it's not just the transmission. Consumer Reports also identified recurring problems with the brakes, electrical accessories, and in-car electronics. There's also a deeper issue affecting the whole platform. The Acadia, along with its siblings, the Chevy Traverse and Buick Enclave, has an all-wheel drive problem that GM currently doesn't have a permanent fix for. For now, dealers are just clearing the error code and sending the car back. So this isn't a one-off issue. It's multiple systems on a brand new redesign, all failing at the same time. Next, and this one might surprise you if you're a truck person, the Ram 1500. Pickup trucks used to be the gold standard for reliability, simple, tough, built to last. But according to Consumer Reports' latest data, the Ram 1500 scored worst among all new pickup trucks for 2026. The problems reported are wide-ranging. Owners are dealing with engine failures, electrical glitches, braking issues, and batteries that drain unexpectedly. That's basically a checklist of the systems you absolutely need to work every single time you turn the key. What makes this notable is that it's not just Ram. The same report found multiple major truck brands struggling in 2026, but Ram came out on top of that list for all the wrong reasons. Now let's talk about the Rivian R1T, the electric pickup that's been getting a lot of hype. The R1T looks incredible on paper. Great range, impressive off-road capability, tons of tech. But reliability-wise, Consumer Reports ranked Rivian dead last in overall brand reliability for 2026. What's actually going wrong? The most commonly reported issues in owner complaints cover safety systems, electrical components, and steering and suspension. On top of that, owners frequently report software bugs, infotainment freezes, and problems with DC fast charging. And then there are the recalls. Rivian has issued multiple recall campaigns covering seatbelt fasteners, turn signals, the high voltage distribution box headlight control modules, and even the hands-free highway assist software. To be fair, Rivian does push frequent over-the-air updates, and some of these issues get fixed remotely without a dealer visit. But if you're buying a $70,000 truck, you probably don't want to be part of the ongoing beta test. Now, this one is genuinely concerning. the Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe, which is the plug-in hybrid version of Jeep's flagship SUV. Let's start with the scariest part. Stellantis has acknowledged at least 19 fires directly related to the 4xe plug-in hybrid batteries. The cause is something called thermal runaway, basically. A damaged internal battery component leads to a short circuit, which leads to a rapid, uncontrollable temperature spike. This isn't a small recall either. Jeep recalled around 154,000 Wrangler and Grand Cherokee 4xe models, advising owners not to charge their vehicles and to park them outside, away from buildings, until the issue is fixed. And separately, Jeep also recalled nearly 92,000 Grand Cherokee 4xe vehicles because a software error could cause the SUV to suddenly lose power while driving. And as of the recall filing, there wasn't even a fix available yet. So you've got a fire risk recall and a separate, your car might just shut off while you're driving recall on the same plug-in hybrid system. For what it's worth, Jeep has actually discontinued the 4xe powertrain for 2026. So this is mainly a warning for anyone shopping the used market. Last on our main list, the Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid. This minivan starts at $52,260, and Consumer Reports gave it a reliability score of just 14 out of 100. The main complaints center on the hybrid battery, the electric motor, and in-car electronics. So you're paying minivan plus luxury car money for a reliability score that's tied for the worst in this entire video. Now, if you noticed a pattern in some of these vehicles, you're not wrong. Several of them come from the same parent companies. According to Consumer Reports brand rankings, the worst performing brands of 2026 were Jeep, Land Rover, GMC, Dodge, Alfa Romeo, Rivian, Chrysler, Chevrolet, Mercedes-Benz, and Volkswagen News Nation. Now notice that Jeep, GMC, Chrysler, and Rivian, 4 of the 5 vehicles we just talked about, all come from brands on this exact list. That's not really a coincidence. So that's 5 vehicles and a handful of brands that Consumer Reports says you should think twice about before buying in 2026. To be clear, this doesn't mean every single unit of these vehicles will have problems, but the data is the data, and it's based on real owner experiences, not marketing. If you're car shopping right now, do yourself a favor and check the reliability ratings before you fall in love with a vehicle. If this video helped you, drop a comment with which one surprised you the most, subscribe for more car news, and we'll see you in the next one.